In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create a pie chart. So I have some data here which has order date, the rep who made the sale, and the item and the total. Now this data set here, it is not ideal for a pie chart because pie chart basically takes only 2 inputs. So it will not take the 4 of them. If I wanted all 4 of them into a chart, I would probably have to do a bar graph or something like that. But let's say I do want this represented in a pie chart. So what I can do, I'm gonna use only the item and the total. So I'm clicking here on C, holding Shift and Command and Control on a Windows, and then I use the arrow all the way down to select all of the data. So I selected only the data that I want in my graph. Then I'm gonna come here to Insert, Chart. It by default will insert the chart that it thinks is best for the type of data you have. So it inserted a column chart, but I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna change it. So scroll down all the way to pie. So there's different types of pie that you can do. This is a traditional pie. Or you can do the donut that just has the space in the middle, or you could do the 3D. Up to you. Let's go just with the simple one this time, simple pie chart. Now there's an issue here with my data. You see I have multiple entries that are the same, so I have mangoes multiple times. It's just because of the type of data I have. So if your data were unique, you wouldn't be faced with the problem I have here, but because my data repeats, what I can do, I can use here the option to aggregate. So it will aggregate the data that is the same. So mangoes, it's now grouped together, so all the items that are mangoes are summed. So it's much easier way to look at your data and see what percentage of it comes from each type. Okay, so we made this into a pie chart. Now we always have the option to customize. So let's come to customize here. You can change the chart style. So I always like, for example, to remove the border, put it to none. See, so it's kind of if you're putting this into a presentation, it looks better without the border. Let me double click to reopen the editor. Let's go back to customize. So it's doing chart style. You can change the font. Let's see, we like it to Roboto. So we changed all of the fonts to Roboto. I'm okay with this. So chart style. Pie chart, you can add a donut hole, so here you have the option as well. On the size of the donut hole, we said we're not doing donut. You could add a border around the chart. I don't particularly like it, so you're gonna leave it with none. You could add labels. I think we already have it, so we don't need the labels. You could put, however, if you wanted, for example, percentages. Problem here is that we have too much data, so it's going to look very busy. Could add value as well, but I think we are fine with none. Okay, then you have the option of changing the colors of each of the items. So for example, now mangoes is in this color here. Say for example, I wanted to highlight pineapple, so I can select here pineapples. Right now it's in green, but say I wanted it very to stand out, so I just changed the color in pineapple. And you can also change the distance from the center. So you see here we are making it completely different in terms of the formatting. 25, 50, 75, 100. So basically here we are really zooming in on pineapples, but let's just leave it as it was, 100%. Okay, chart, axis, and title. Like here, I think we can rename this total per item. So this is just going to rename here the title. You can always also edit this here, just double click and you can edit directly in the chart. You can change the font, you can change the size, You could put it in bold, you could center it in the middle of the chart. And then last is the legend. So the position here is automatic, but you could, for example, put it at the bottom of the chart. So this makes for a cleaner chart, however, you see less data. So multiple ways you can do this. You can put at the top, you can put at the left or right, but you can also leave as auto, which is what we had, is showing the item and is showing the percentage for the item. And as everything else, you can edit the text color, the font, you can put it in bold, you can remove the bold, put it in italic, you can play around with the formatting as much as you like.